In this podcast, we'll take a closer look at the meaning of the term B-roll. B-roll is a term used in film editing. It originated out of a need to cover visual space because audio ran 26 frames ahead of the corresponding picture. The way the filmmaker would overcome this gap was to record another reel of film, the B-roll, and switch to that film during the gap, and then switch back to the original film, or A-roll. This process and terminology became synonymous with the creation of news programs. The A-roll film, including dialogue, was shot first. Then the cameraman would shoot additional B-roll footage. This was generally without sound and might include wide shots of a location or scenery. B-roll is now a term commonly used to describe any footage filmed separately and then inserted later during editing. For instance, if one is watching a show about the 9/11 terrorist attack on the World Trade Center, there might be film footage inserted showing the towers as they originally stood. B-roll is basically supplemental footage shot for a variety of purposes, including scene setting or for use in editing, and is used in all types of filmmaking, including news programs, movies, video podcasts, and more. In more simplistic terms, B-roll editing can refer to the process of editing two or more original film sources using transitions. B-roll film is sometimes made available by the original creator. For instance, the Centers of Disease Control has a limited collection of B-roll footage available on request, including the CDC exterior, influenza, and laboratory footage. This could be useful in the creation of educational videos or video podcasts, as getting original film footage from remote locations would be expensive to include. Being able to use B-roll footage that has already been shot would be of great advantage to the podcaster. B-roll basically amounts to cutaway shots that add additional information or visual interest to an original film. This can be a useful technique when creating a video or video podcast and might include still photographs or the cutting away from the talking head of the podcaster to include film footage of other visual aspects associated with the podcaster's topic. It is far easier to include the use of B-roll elements with digital media and production. The process that once included the live switching from an A-roll projector to a B-roll projector and back again can now be streamlined and accomplished with much more precise timelines using digital film and editing programs. This is true for professional filmmakers as well as for the amateur podcaster.